Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me to Bratislava. Yeah, it's a funny story. I was coming backwards and forwards to Vienna and using the London-Bratislava line, taking flights almost every other week. And a very nice woman sat next to me on what I told her was my very last flight to Bratislava. And I said it with a little bit of relief because, you know, flying very frequently gets very tiring. And anyway, as the flight progressed, we had 2 hours from London to Bratislava. She said, well, what do you do? And I told her I'd been involved in Chinese medicine for 20 years of my life. So we talked, and she said to me, well, how would you like to come back to Bratislava and talk to the TED conference about your experiences? And so, you know, never say never, here I am again. And thank you very much, because actually you have a very beautiful city here with a wonderful castle. So I'm very pleased to be here. Thank you. Anyway, I have a rather unconventional career. In the mid-1980s, decided I rather wanted to change my life and study Chinese medicine, which not too many people did in London in those days. I managed to learn Chinese medicine in London, and I thought, wow, what a wonderful system of medicine. It comes from China, it's almost 3,000 years old, and it works on a completely different basis to Western medicine. So, but there was a little bit of me that was rather cynical, and I thought, well, how does it work? Because what happens here is that we stick needles in people's bodies in different acupuncture points, and suddenly they get better. And there's no scientific explanation for how this system of medicine actually works. So I thought, it's time to go to China. So in 1991, I went to China, to Nanjing, and I lived and worked in a busy hospital of traditional medicine.
In Good Shape, your health magazine on DW, featuring an interview with a different expert every week.
When you go to a doctor, you sometimes need to take your pulse, like this here. I'm a GP myself, and I know there are different kinds of pulses. They can be slow and they can be fast. But if I go to a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, he knows about 28 different kinds of pulses. Hi, Mrs. Ingham, thanks for inviting me into your clinic. You're a traditional doctor for Chinese medicine? Yes. Right. Where do you find those pulses?
On both sides, on the right and the left hand side, and usually you find them if you apply your fingertips on each side, and you take actually 3 fingers on each side, and each position, the left position has like a superficial pulse, and then you go a little bit deeper, and then you have a deep pulse. So there are 3 levels of pulses, and that's what you do on both sides. Interesting with the 28 pulse qualities you just talked about is that you really find different pulse qualities on each patient. So
traditional Chinese medicine is an ancient and profound healing art. 3,000 years ago, ancient Chinese doctors discovered that humans' body, mind, and spirit and conditions. Traditional Chinese medicine seeks wellness and harmony for health. It enhances body's natural resilience. Healthcare profession in the world, 57 countries, including United States. Why people choose to use an ancient healing art with 3,000 years when they have drugs and hospitals everywhere? Let me tell you a true story. This is a patient at the teaching clinic of American College of Traditional Chinese Medicine, where I serve as
Welcome to the Terry Lecture, second of 3 Terry Lectures by Judith Farquhar. I'm Tom Neer, and I teach and perform research at Yale through the Department of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology. As a member of the Terry Lecture Committee, it is my privilege to welcome you to the second of these 3 Terry
Art, and suggested that Chinese medical ways of knowing are able to recognize living things as things, even while they're fully embedded in active vital systems. And I spoke of medical things, diseases and patterns, organs and visceral systems, as being composed and assembled, even as they are being perceived or discovered. To know life's processes without dissecting the dead, concise and resonant classical Chinese, and it was influential for a while, though it never achieved the fame I think it deserves. At the time Xia was writing, his field was in crisis, with millions of medical practitioners throughout China having just narrowly escaped an attempted national ban on their work.